997. Now we're going to get into it. You see the title. And lately I've been doing story time because it relates to us common folk, to us in everyday life, right? And this is also a part of deliverance. Knowing better, maybe perhaps looking from the outside looking in, then running into things on your own unknowingly. Does that make sense? You get what I'm trying to say? Sometimes if you see other people's mistakes, you don't fall into the same traps. You get it? Like that is a good thing that I've learned to do going through my life. Like why would I bump my head if somebody already did it and I saw what they did and then I'd be like like no. So if you ever come across that, hey, spiritually free, God bless you, sister, welcome in. Hey, there goes my girl. Hey, spiritually free. So you guys see the title. It's like if you see somebody else bump their head, why would you do it? Right? We do learn from other people's mistakes. So we're gonna get into it, and I'm hoping that this story goes somewhere because I did not watch this video thoroughly through myself because it's lengthy. So I'm gonna try not to interrupt. I'm gonna let the Holy Spirit do his bidding and let him interrupt, when I feel like something needs to be said. So God bless everyone. Yes, yes, love you. God bless you. And so we're gonna get into it. You guys see the title, and it gets dirtier. And then let me just say this stuff: sexually transmitted demons. It's real, and God does speak because He doesn't want us infested with the demonic, with evil, because sickness and infirmity doesn't come from the Lord. So I'm just gonna tell you straight up, yeah, we contract things and during life and but it don't come from God because He's of good. It comes from the evil one. Okay, so we're gonna get into it without further delay. Here we go. Get y'all a snack. I'm gonna get my snack because I'm kind of hungry. Okay, and I'm hot, y'all. I'm in California, so I'm kind of hot. I got this fan. I hope that you guys are hearing me well. So, and then my face is kind of irritated. The lupus. God bless you. Let's continue. Thank you.
So in this story time, it says when you trade your boyfriend of 4 years, tested positive for HIV, then started Mayweathering you harder because you kept testing negative.
Okay.
Damn.
So y'all see that, right?
So he mad that she doesn't got it?
Right. Now, this is how boyfriends and husbands and, it doesn't matter what title they come with, but they're yours. You're dealing with them sexually. Sometimes this is how people act. Like, your body is your property, whether you're in a union or not at the end of the day when you're in danger. Because God wants you to stand up and do the right thing too. So listen to the Lord.
Folks be crazy. We about to get right into the story time, man. I'm sad this happened to her, you know what I'm saying? Let's get right into the story because y'all know, man, these people be crazy out here. And then they was together for 4 years.
Right.
So this is crazy. And y'all just seen the clip of my boy going off. So, you know what I'm saying? I can believe her. He really was Mayweathering her. You know what I'm saying?
So, let's check it out.
Y'all be careful out there. Let's get into the story time. I appreciate y'all tuning in and rocking with me, though. Let's go.
4 years ago. This was my relationship.
Here we go, y'all.
4 years.
Let's see what she got to say.
4 years ago. I am HIV negative. I do not have HIV. Even
Amen.
after I left that man back
Amen.
in June of 2022, I still regularly went to the doctor to get checked. And to this day, I am still HIV negative, STD negative.
That's a blessing. Yeah. Did we say it at the same time?
Meaning that I am constantly going to, like before the whole.
I just want to say, because y'all know I ain't got the IBS or the OBS or whatever to set up the screen where you see my reaction. Woo, that's a blessing. You hear me? Woo, that's a blessing. Okay, I know all y'all said that too at the same time. Woo, that's a blessing. Okay, let's continue.
HIV scare. I was constantly going to the doctors getting checked. Constantly. I was in the military from 2011 to 2020. I did my blood work in the air. Everything was always good.
Now think that's during CVID, y'all.
So me and this man met in May of 2017. Started dating May of 2017.
Yes, funny.
Back in June of 2018 is when everything became physical. With the box, whatever, became physical. Back March of 2021 is when he told me about his diagnosis. So
what?
Up until that point.
So
like
what?
I said,
What? Okay, hold on, y'all. I'm trying to catch the timeline.
June of 2018 is when everything became physical. With the box, whatever, became physical. Back March of 2021 is when he told me about his diagnosis.
3 years later.
So up until that point, like I said, I've always went to doctors, got my check. I've always been negative. I even had a baby while with this man. So it's like I've always been negative. I always tested negative. And I've never seen him go to the doctor and get checked. But because I was always tested negative, I was just always thinking, that's just me being stupid.
If you've been in a car accident...
Hold on. Let's get through this commercial. Y'all already know. It's only a few seconds. God bless everybody. Welcome in. Hit the thumbs up. Here we go. Commercial over. Okay. Sorry, y'all. My daughter calling me. Oh, God.
I'm always STD free.
I apologize.
So my last checkup before his checkup was in May of 2020. Everything was fine. Whatever. He finally went to the doctor and got his physical done in March of 2021.
I wonder, was he feeling something? He had to have been. Let me tell you why. Male or female, right? Can you guys attest to this? For people that have clean bodies, right? Like, any little thing that goes on with your body, right? You can tell any little thing, whether you're eating too much, eating too less, you're peeing and can't hold your bladder, like stomach hurting, anything, right?
Done. Like she gave.
But men don't like to go to the doctor.
I just so happened to take off work that day. I don't know why. Don't know. I was just off work that day.
It was the Lord. But I'm curious though, how if she had a baby, they was having unprotected sex. I'm assuming if she had a baby, like how did she not catch it?
Amen.
It was the Lord. She didn't,
And he came in the house. He was just like, "We need to talk." I was like, "Okay." We sat down on the sofa, and he was just like, "Hey, so remember, what's that one thing you told me will make you leave me?" And I was just like, "If you give me some shit I can't get rid of." So the doctor just told me that I was positive. I was like, "Positive for what?"
That's how he come up to her? Hey, you remember what I told you? Remember what you said you wouldn't leave me for? The only reason why you would leave me, like, that's how you came. He not sad or depressed. He just like crazy.
It's like he told me I was HIV. She told me I was HIV positive. I'm like,
I done burnt my goddamn hand.
Instantly, boy. It was like I was in shock because I'm just like, what the fuck? Because at that point we had been together for 4 years. 4 years up until that point. And like I said, every year I was getting tested. Every year I didn't have nothing. Every time I went and got checked. And my previous check was in May of 2020. My previous
I ain't gonna lie though. Hold on.
Of 2020.
Now, when you're in a relationship, you do get checked, but I think is she married to him? But they got kids or something together. Okay, I hope I didn't spoil her, but yeah, they got kids. So my whole thing is, she's frequent. She's in the military, so she's getting tested a lot. But my whole thing is, I think something was telling her something because you are getting tested a lot. Like if you hear her throughout, she keeps on stating, "I've been getting tested. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, hey girl, you still getting tested?" Blah, 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 blah. So you must have felt something about your mate. Follow your conscience. Follow your first mind. Because 9 times out of 10, that's the Lord speaking to you, right? The Holy Spirit, amen.
So now we're in March of 2021. It's almost time for my annual physical. So he told me he was negative. I was just taken aback, and I was just like, give me a minute. I got up from the sofa and I went in the bathroom and I started crying. I looked in the mirror and I just started crying.
Yeah.
I was in there for a good 30 seconds crying before this mofo come in there. It's like, what the fuck you crying about? I'm like, you just told me you was HIV positive. He was like, I told you I was HIV positive. What the fuck you crying for?
God.
And I'm just like, well, if
you talking about, sir?
It's a possibility I got it. But he was just like, so, but what the fuck you crying for?
God.
Together. And I'm just like,
it's a case. No, it's a chance that you could have infected me, sir. I've been in union with you, in an entanglement of excrements and, fluids and, he ain't sounding too wrapped. He's sounding real selfish right now, okay?
I got it. Like, no, in my mind, I'm just trying to
she actually took it good.
Like, what? So I called the doctor and I scheduled my appointment. And the crazy thing is, she didn't say, oh, well, it's not time. It's not until May, because she knew, like I said, me and him had the same PCP. And she knew that, me and him was together, because our kids had, me, him, and the kids had the same PCP.
Okay, so hold on. Is that, okay, and I'm not going to keep on interrupting, but I just want to engage with you guys, and that's how I am here, okay? So, what I'm trying to say is, this is the PCP, the provider, whatever, but the doctor, the physician, right? For the whole family, they have the same physician. So she's telling us that the physician knew that he tested HIV positive. Wasn't the physician supposed to notify her right off? Correct me if I'm wrong. Regardless if they married or not, like, you breaching that's a contract breached, legally, spiritually, it's a potential that you gave me a death sentence, right? That's legal, right? Regardless, isn't the doctor supposed to notify her? Let's continue. The doctor did not notify her. She was feeling funny and was steady getting them tests, like I was telling y'all. And then she got the information from the PCP when she had engaged in her own test, and they gave her the results. Isn't that backwards? Isn't that legal? I don't get that.
Everybody went to the same doctor, so she knew the whole family.
See?
So when I called to schedule the appointment, I went in and she was just like, I was like, yeah, I'm here for my annual. She was like, well, your annual's not due until May. And that's when I looked at her. I was like, he told me. She was like,
ooh,
I'm surprised.
Dirty doctor, right?
I was like, yes, he told me.
Yes.
And then that's when
God bless you, 341.
How he reacted when she told him the news. That's why she was surprised he told me. So I got my I did my blood work, whatever. And a couple of days later, she called me with my results to let me know. Like, we did a little video, telemedicine or whatever, not the video chat. And when she told me that I tested negative, and I was just like, I don't believe you. She was just like, you can come back in 3 months and do the test again, but you're negative. I was like, the reason why I don't believe you, because we had sex unprotected a couple of days prior to you telling him that he was positive. So she was just like,
well, now you got to wait for the process. It's a process. That's why. See? So regardless, you guys understand what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you guys understand too. Like with HIV and AIDS or any disease, it's a process. Once you get tested, okay, you got to wait a certain amount of time for the results to come back in, right? So if you are reinfecting yourself, so to say, in the meantime, again, they got to do them test results over. You get what I mean? So to me, she's quite ignorant too. She's not thinking logically. Girl, you keep on engaging in the danger that you're taking the test for. So they got to start that process over. You get what I'm saying? Okay.
Dude, I'm gonna start you on prep. Ooh. And I was just like, what's prep? She was explaining all of that to me, whatever. And she sent it to the pharmacy. I picked up my prep and I picked up his Biktarvy.
Ooh, I took my Biktarvy, y'all.
Biktarvy. That first month of his diagnosis, we didn't do anything, because, like I said, he was making it seem as if he didn't want me to have it, but at the same time, it was kind of like,
you know what? I'm gonna be honest, spiritual or not, I would have been praying to God. You know what I'm trying to say? I would not, no. I would have been praying to the Lord for this, because this is detrimental. This is life and death. You got kids. They got kids together or whatever, folks, is from what I'm gathering.
I'm going through this by myself type thing. So I took the prep for 2 weeks. And the only reason why I only took it for 2 weeks is because it made me so sick. So like
She
I said
playing
earlier,
with her
I'm
health.
very,
I don't care.
like I will take supplements and detox before I take medication. I try to do things the natural way because my body reacts better to natural than
right.
process.
I get it.
So with the prep, I was dizzy, I was nauseous, I had body aches, I had
look, there go them side effects. And I'm gonna be honest, y'all don't know this. The side effects that she having is the side effects of HIV. I know people who have had that who have died. The symptoms that she is having is the side effects from HIV. But we're gonna go on with the story. Dizziness, flu-like symptoms, whatever she was just saying. But I don't even know if she said flu-like symptoms. But flu-like symptoms are that is a side effect or or whatever of HIV too. I mean, constant, like, flu symptoms, like you out the blue, but yeah. Okay.
chills. So I ended up having to stop that.
Imagine being able to build it. Let's get through this. All right, come on, guys. We're gonna get through this. Only 1 second. Here we go. All right, let's continue.
Stopped after 2 weeks, and he knew that I had stopped after 2 weeks. But he was still taking his Biktarvy because that was his "so I don't die" medication. That's what he called it, "so I don't die" medication.
Right. True. Facts.
So after 3 months went.
Okay. Only thing we missing out this story is like the confrontation of
how it began.
Hey, how the fuck did you get this?
Sorry for the cussing, you guys.
Where's that conversation at? You know what I'm saying? Like, how the fuck did you get this to me? What's going on? You've been cheating? Like, what's going on? We got kids. Like, what's going on around this motherfucker?
I went back to the doctor. So we're 6 months into the diagnosis, and I got my blood results back. I was still negative. I let her know, like, before she did my results. I stopped taking the prep after 2 weeks because my body couldn't handle this and that. And she's like, well, we can just lower your dosage. I was like, I don't know. My body doesn't react well to medicine.
Girl, that's life or death medicine.
React well to medicine.
That's the only cure they got.
Stuff. It's crazy. But I went back after 6 months, negative. Went back after 9 months, like another 3 months went by. So every 3 months I was going. 9 months, negative. A year, negative.
That's a blessing.
May of 2022.
That's the Lord, y'all.
I went to that doctor and she told me that I did my blood work. Told me I was negative. And in May of 22 is the last time that I have had any relationships. No. Yeah, it was the first one.
I would have been stopped. I would have been too scared.
Relation with that man. With that man. When she told me that I was still negative, like, that was it. Like no more. Prior to that, like, he was a personal trainer. We had a personal trainer business.
And I'm not going to get to anybody, but there is a bias already there. Because you have something that potentially, even though it's not through that type of contact, so they have said, but things evolve and revolve throughout the world. Imagine him being a personal trainer, sir, and you're HIV positive and you are still living that defiled. He's living a defiled lifestyle. Spoiler alert, you're gonna find out, but okay, whatever. So my whole thing is, you're a person with sweat and
So I would find his clients and I would schedule his training session, so I knew his schedule. And I picked up that he only wanted to have sex with me on the days that he didn't have to work, because when he wasn't with me, he was with some other female. That's what I found out.
Oh my gosh. Like, probably from the training, folks.
I was like gathering all my information and stuff. That's what I found out. He was talking to a different female every other day. He found him on Tinder, meet him, talk to him every other day. So
Tinder
every other
alert.
day he was having sex with a different female. It was prostitutes. It was males. It was just random.
Oh my God!
Wait.
Oh no!
It was prostitutes. it was what after that, she said? Males?
Holy. Night that he found on Tinder. A couple of those I tried to like find to like let them know, whatever, but they didn't want to hear me. And I just let that be what it is. Whatever. They didn't want to hear me. So
they didn't want to hear. Alright.
Because I knew his schedule and
I'm sorry, guys. Maybe I'm petty.
Sex with me on the days that he was off, I started going to the gym on his off days. So if he rolled over and I was there, he would give me those little pumps while I'm laying on my stomach because he didn't want me to move. He didn't want to look at me. He wanted me on Sunday mornings.
We grown here.
But when I got hip to that, I started going to the gym at 7 o'clock on Sunday. So when he rolled up, I wasn't there. So we stopped having sex.
Well, that was a good strategy. However, I wish you would have started it sooner. I apologize.
Went from having sex once a week to once every other week to once a month to once every so often type. So it was not a regular thing at all. So because I've never done a story time before.
And hold on, let me read the description at the top. It says, so you find out he's positive, stop taking PrEP quickly, then continue to have sex for a long period of time? And this is a reply from somebody there.
So, wait, somebody say,
he's reading.
Find out he's positive, stop taking PrEP quickly, then continue to have sex for a long period of time. I was just going to say before I read that was, he just wanted her to lay on her stomach and give her a couple of pumps?
Yeah.
I don't know, baby. I want to see.
We got to kind of, because I don't know what he's going to say.
I'm probably stumble over my words a lot because I'm not used to this. This is new, okay?
Yes, new. Scary.
And that relationship, like I said, was 4 years ago. So it's like,
wow.
It was very traumatic. So when I talk about it, I'm sure I'm like all over the place. I apologize. The only way
it's all right, baby.
It's okay. Grace, everybody.
Done with this, and it's over.
Because we need to know things like this, so we know how to move.
How to do bullet point by bullet point, and if I start at the beginning and go from the beginning all the way to the end,
it's okay.
Naomi just discovered the sweet sound of earning and saving money on.
So let me get through it. I apologize. I cannot stop the commercials. Give me 1 second. Here we go.
The women posting themselves in my room with my dog, to him beating me with a giant dog bone, causing me to go into
he was also abusing her
labor at 22 weeks.
Oh, wow.
To us while I'm in the hospital trying to keep the baby in from coming early.
Y'all hear this?
Me being isolated from my family, me isolating my family, and me moving states away from Georgia to Maryland with no family up north at all. Just
this ain't nothing but here. Demons ain't in everybody, and then demons ain't the cause of everything. But I'm just saying, this is already a sexually transmitted demon. We don't know if he got a spirit spouse. We don't know what's going on with this dude because of the lifestyle that he is already currently living. Okay, I think they're married. So let's just say if they're married. Adultery, fornication, and then your lust, and then you messing with, you're infected, right? You have a demon. It's transmitted sexually. You're passing this. Like they say you messing with prostitutes, you picking up strange women, like you doing a lot, sir. And so this is a sign. The Dylans would have to be severed after this. Okay. Spiritually, I would have to sever these ties, these unions that I have through God with this guy. It would have to be severed because these are bases, these are pretenses to where I can move upon and choose that decision. You get what I'm saying? The right decision of faith is valid. Like what? You trying to live and kill me though, you know? No.
My kids and him
and the kids too.
So it's like it's a lot. It's easy to look at it and be like, just the person that made this comment. It's real easy, but it's a lot that went into it, and it's like I don't even know where to start. That story time that'd probably be a 60-part story time if I got that in depth. Like if I got in depth to like everything. At the end of the day, I left him. I found out about all the women, all the men, all of the prostitutes, in the process of me leaving. Like, but no, we were having sex, but we weren't having sex. Like, our sex sessions was literally on Sunday morning. It wasn't like a you can call him and he can come over tonight, or we have sex throughout the day in the middle. No, it was nothing like that. It only happened first thing in the morning. If he rolled over on his off day and I was in the bed with him, that's when sex occurred. If I was not in the bed with him, he does not ask me for sex. I did not ask him for sex because, like I said, he was getting it from other women, a lot of other people, So he didn't need it from me, but he made sure that he had sex with me every time that I told him that I tested negative, and that's why I stopped telling him when I tested negative. I stopped talking about it. It turned into a, oh, well, I'm probably it turned into like, I'm testing it. Oh, I tested negative, and it's like,
okay. And I just want to tell y'all this too. This is I'm making my food, so I'll be right back. Control is witchcraft. That's all I want to say. Control is witchcraft. All right.
I wake up and we having sex. It was literally always when I was asleep. I was never awake. He always did this when I was asleep. So it turned into me telling him that
That's another thing. I was talking to somebody, and you know, some people like to be woken up out their sleep with sex. Me personally, I don't care how long I know you. You could put my girl for fucking 15 years. I can't just wake you about your sleep with the dick. Like, I can't. You motherfucker can't be asleep right there and I just go to sleep. Dick, don't do that.
Hold on. Sorry.
Woke up to sex. That's how that went. I'm so tired of explaining this. So this is gonna be like my last time addressing like this.
Okay, somebody say, as soon as you found out you were negative, you should have left him alone. But instead, you stopped taking PrEP and continue to have sex with him as if you wanted him to give it to you.
Like a comment like this, because I think you missed the part in the story time when I said he was abusive. So just in case you missed that, I'm telling you directly, he was abusive. There's been plenty of times I tried to leave before he told me his diagnosis. And every time I tried to leave, I would somehow end up in the hospital. So after his diagnosis, it got worse.
Right.
Worse.
Control, witchcraft.
To the point that I'm staring at the barrel.
Now she's staring at a let me get past this. Well, make sure you guys get your food, okay? Because it's kind of lengthy. I'm sorry, I apologize for it being so long. But now he's threatening her with violence. So here we go. It's back. You guys get your food. Here we go.
So, no, I was not staying and actively being a participant, just like all willy-nilly, all happy. No, I was terrified for my life. I was terrified for my kids. I was trying to get myself out of a situation that I put myself in, and I let myself stay in too long. That is what I was trying to do in that year of processing that I was exposed to HIV.
Yeah.
Yes. I ended up leaving a year and 3 months after I received his diagnosis. Yes. But in the process of that, we had kids.
Oh,
we had kids that he was threatening to take if I tried to leave.
See? Wait. Girl, in the process, you had kids. The Lord is real graceful. What? In the process, You was selfish. She's selfish. Come on, let's continue. It's sad to me.
We had a business together.
Girl.
We had joint bank accounts.
That,
So it's like, it wasn't that like he was just, this boyfriend that I had no ties to. Everything was tied to him because
I'm worried about some kids.
I was in I was in his hometown. I didn't have family there. My family was 10 hours away. Everybody that I knew was 10 hours away. So the comments like this.
I wonder how long he had it, because it's HIV. I don't know. I think that's between a 1 year and a 10-year mark. And because that's criminal. Whether you down with it or not, because she's stupid. She doesn't realize she's ignorant. So that's what I mean by stupid. I'm not calling placing judgment. It's called ignorance, because you know better, you do better. So my whole thing is like, girl, now I be trying to think where is he negligent at? Because you obviously don't know the person that you've been with. So you need to take an evaluation. You need to take a step back, because this could potentially be like a crime against you and others. Like, come on, y'all, let's go.
Make it seem like, I just willingly was just there, just participate. No. Every time that we would have intercourse, I would be sleeping, and he's doing it in my sleep. I'm waking up to it, and I'm like, ugh. So no, it was not willingly at all. God, I don't know how to paint a better
picture.
Your
ignorance can make it willingly.
So maybe
she don't understand yet.
How to do that.
You being so ignorant and allowing him to do all that.
I'm not gonna address a comment like this again. I'm not. Because if this was the unhealed version of me, this response would be completely different. It would. I get that you don't know me. I don't know you. You don't know the story. Only I know the story. But I can gladly tell you that I was not willingly staying with this man. I was terrified after being abused.
Okay.
For 5 years.
Grace.
For 5 years.
Grace. Okay.
Waking up in the hospital. Having seizures from being knocked the fuck out. 5 years. So to say, you stay, you wanted it. Come on, yo.
What do they call that? I still give her grace. But I remember I was in a relationship one time and dude broke my arm. But he pushed me because he didn't want me to leave. And I fell on my arm. My wrist been broke 3 times. That's another story time. 3 times. Same wrist. Yeah. All right. But it's like that. I knew a sign then. We broke up for good after that. Like, his family came and got him because they knew it was serious. It was like, oh. And, like, oh my God. They was looking like, so my whole thing is like, but that's called battered women's syndrome or something that she has because she couldn't leave. She didn't know any better still. Nah, I got ghost. But okay.
You gotta do better. Because what the fuck? What the actual fuck?
Sorry about the language.
I'm not addressing these comments no more.
Yeah, don't address
If you want to believe if you want to believe that, believe it. If you want to believe that I wanted to contract a disease that I can't get rid of from a man that I...
No, we don't feel that you believe that you wanted to. It's just that how you stood there
that I went through,
during the
scare.
Understand
why this triggered me. But
all right, y'all heard her. Shit, you feel me? So now that we got that understood, now we about to get into the story. All right, so
yeah,
clarify some stuff because of comments like this.
Okay, it says, the comment says, I'm glad you were protected. Same thing happened to me. Of 11 years, he tested positive and doctors confirmed he had it way before we got married and I tested negative. God bless you. Damn, God bless the both of them. That's crazy.
Look.
I mean, and
okay.
I
just want to say, That's why I'm glad I did this story, because it's common. It's more common than what we know. Just because we didn't go through it, it's a lot of people going through the same thing, because we already know the HIV rate, the AIDS rate, different cities, places. During the also between the ages, the age brackets and stuff like that. They say black people got a lot of AIDS. I don't know. I don't know. Let's continue. So good. Amen. Praise God.
Box. I have
For the
been
exposure
getting nothing but a lot of
the
love
illness.
and a lot of people commending me for telling my story. A lot of women telling me their story.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, let me clear some things. This video is for y'all, not the negative Nancy's and my comments telling me it's my fault. It's because fuck y'all.
Yeah, it's not her fault. Definitely not.
So to clear some things up, he was abusive before the diagnosis. It got worse after the diagnosis.
He started going crazy.
I used the term trade. And the reason why I said trade, because my understanding of trade from years ago, that was told me years ago, I'm sure the lingo's probably changed because it's always changing. My definition that was told to me of a trade is a masculine man, the man that is straight, but will sleep with men and let men, go down on them. But they won't bend for a man or go down on a man.
No one was ready for what just happened.
It's still GAY to me, my book. So let's pass the commercial, okay? How do you guys feel? Okay. And this is a sensitive topic. We are not judging, although we know what the Lord says. Man with man, woman with woman. And that's all I'm going to say with that. Let's get through this commercial. So, okay. What are you guys eating on? What are you guys snacking on? I'm trying to lose a few pounds. Got me some. What is this? This ain't spinach dip. Commercial still going. Oh, okay. So that's what I'm eating on. Here, the commercial is over. Here we go. There we go.
You know what I'm talking about? I ain't never heard that before. But anything you doing with
will sleep with men and let men, go down on them.
Wait, I want to hear that too.
Why I said trade, because my understanding of trade from years ago, that was told me years ago, I'm sure the lingo's probably changed because it's always changing. My definition that was told to me of a trade is a masculine man, the man that is straight, but will sleep with men. And
no,
men,
they making that up.
Go down on them.
Nope.
But they won't bend for a man or go down on a man.
No.
That's called gay.
Yeah, right. Ain't that what I...
You know what I'm talking about?
Okay, what are you talking about? Blurring the lines.
Anything you doing with another man is you're gay. Mm-hmm. If you are attracted to another man, you're gay.
Yep.
If you kiss another man,
yep. You look at another man in that way.
To me.
How many of you guys agree?
But, who am I? You know what I'm saying?
We're not coming against anybody.
That shit right there, that's crazy. But,
I'm not... Hold on.
Okay, all right.
I'm not coming against anybody. I'm just saying, call us a spade a spade. You trying to label it what you want it, but it's black and white. You won't bend for a man, but you'll do everything else, and you're a man. You're GA. Okay.
But and ain't nothing wrong with being gay. I don't got no problem with gay people. But I'm just saying, like, I gotta tell y'all this shit straight up from a straight man. Like, let's not confuse this shit now. You know what I'm saying?
That's what they're trying to do, blur the line.
That's what I was told a trade was. I apologize if I use that term.
I
apologize for confusing people, but that's what I mean.
Oh, I don't know what they call it. I'm just saying, to me, it's the same thing.
How I found out about that was at the end of in May of 2022. At the end of things, because I left in June of 2022. So at the end, when I was doing my digging, it's like when I found out about the males.
I might have to fast forward this a little bit. She needs to get on.
See, like I said, this is why I can't really tell the story, because I ramble, because there's so much that happened. But yes, my car had a tracking device on it. He bought the car for me when I had our son as a push present. So The car came with a tracking device on because he got it from Drive Time. You know, they put trackers on that car, but they give you the app, the information for the app, so that you can track your car to whatever. He gave me the information for the app, and I changed the password, and he never tried to, at first, he wasn't trying to do anything, like nothing. It wasn't until I was trying to leave when he called them to request a password reset so that he can track me again. He could request that because, again, he bought the car. It was in his name. So my name was not on that car. The car was a present to me. So that's how he was able to track my location. What else? I was not willingly having sex with this man when he told me that, you know, he was HIV positive. That was not willing. I was not willingly having sex with him. I wasn't. I wish I would stop saying it. I was not. But I don't want to get into details. I don't want to get into the details of that. It was not willingly at all, in the least bit. It wasn't. The abuse started in 2018. We started dating in May of 2017. The abuse started in June of 2018 when I found out about his cheating the first time. I shouldn't use abuse in the beginning because it wasn't abuse. It was like us arguing and then physically fighting. So that was me fighting him back. And
how many of y'all all would have left after 1 year of physical fighting abuse? I would have.
In the beginning, like I was fighting him back. So I wouldn't say
I'm not with that fighting
in the beginning.
stuff.
I would say like
physical
fighting all the time. But we were breaking up and getting back together. So, like, yes, I would find out about some stuff that he's done. We would argue. I would ask him about it, argue. We would argue about it. We would fight, literally fight about it. I would kick him out. We would break up. He would come back, apologize, because like before the abuse started, we were fine. So for a whole year, we was fine. It was when the females started finding me and sending me screenshots is when everything started to go down. So I can say we were fighting in 2018, June of 2018, but the actual abuse of when I stopped fighting back was when I found out that I was pregnant in February of 2019. A couple of months after we started physically fighting, I stopped fighting back.
See, I would have left a long time ago because all it was doing was escalating. It escalating to you finding him with people, so now you pregnant. Oh, and then the abuse too. I don't know if the HIV status was before or after because she said she was with him 4 or 5 years or whatever. But you get what I'm saying?
Out that I was pregnant. And
how you pregnant?
That pregnancy was that's a whole nother story. And I'm sure y'all saw the video about me saying that he beat me with a dog bone and that caused my water to break at 22 weeks.
He beat her with a dog bone.
And that would just stem from some females sent me screenshots of like him talking to her and inviting her to my house. Because at the time we were living in my house that I was paying, he didn't have. I'm not into that. So, yes.
Your next election.
No. Okay, hold on. Okay, so I'm gonna try to dig more deeper into the story, to see where the story goes. Just to kill some time, because sometimes the videos be long, but it's not my video. Okay, so shout out to We Hustle Daily. Thank you for the content, and so make sure you guys hit a thumbs up and that you guys subscribe to the channel. I'm Marona Prophecy. I'm your host. Okay, so here we go. I'm sorry.
Said that I read it, not that she sent it. He got upset that I read the screenshot because I showed him my phone when she sent it to me, and his first question was, "Did you read it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I read it." And then he just went to fucking swinging because I said that I read it. Because he's like, "Why the fuck would you read it? You don't. When somebody sends you something, you talk to me first. You don't read it." Gaslight shit.
Goodness
I know that now.
Gracious. Yeah, I would have been gone.
But yes, it started in 2018. He got his diagnosis in 2021, in which it got worse in 2021. It got worse. I really don't want to go into that worse because I'm healed from a lot of it, but not all of it. So the little small little details to explain the abuse after the diagnosis will require me to like really
evaluate.
I apologize. I cannot go into deep details with that. But the sex was not willingly after the diagnosis, and then it was not every day because, like I said, he was cheating. I did not know the bulk of his cheating or how severe it was until May of 2022 when I was leaving. Like I left in June of 2022.
But you know what? Another mistake. She had the right to know. She had the right to ask because this was her mate. She didn't do none of that. She just went on with the diagnosis and tried to help us, but she didn't ask him how did this come about. Let me keep that in mind.
But May is when I finally had made up my mind, called my sister. I started to let my family know. None of my family knew what was going on. So for 5 years, I dealt with this by myself. None of my family knew. They didn't know until I dropped back. I got back in Georgia. And I told them, because they were like, what happened? And that's when I told them. I was like, okay, I'm going to tell y'all what's happening when I get there. But let me get there. And then I got there and I told them. And it was hard for me to tell them. It was so hard because I was embarrassed. And like the people in the state, I had to deal with those type of questions. I was embarrassed. So it took me a minute to accept all of that.
Yeah. So
I was finally able to actually talk about the abuse portion of it a year after to like talk about it. But this HIV portion, I mean, it took 4 years for me to be able to talk about this part. So just imagine all the other stuff that I'm like dealing with that I'm not ready to talk about right now. But we weren't willingly having sex. The thing, someone asked the events that led up to me finally like walking away. It was a series of events. It was my 2-year-old handing him boxing gloves because he heard us arguing. And that was his thing. Whenever we would argue, he would grab the boxing gloves and go to welling.
Y'all
and
hear
my
that?
son was thinking that was okay. So that was one. The other one was when we started arguing about the bills. I was in charge of the finances. We had a gym that we were building out. So we had money going towards that. We had money going towards our household, money going towards our car. And I was managing that. And he got mad one month that I paid all the bills at once. And he only had less than $10,000 in the bank to play with. And that's when it started to dawn on me. I'm like, wait, what? You the one that added all these extra expenses and not you.
And let me tell you what, I just want to say this too. You can tell that this was not a God-fearing dude because he contracted this illness by his behavior and he kept on going with that behavior. All he was worried about him having a mate that was sick with him, and as long as he was able to continue to live comfortably. You get what I'm trying to say, mammon? But he wanted to continue this behavior, this all this stuff that he was doing, this fornication, this adultery, this giving people, passing people this illness. He didn't care. Dangerous.
Mad at me because I'm actually paying it. So that's when I started to do my deep dive.
You tripping? You got $10,000 still? You shit, $10,000. Now he tweaking out. Got mad because of that.
And that's when I found out about the prostitutes and the women and men. Like that's when I started to do my deep dive. And he locked me out of all the bank accounts. He took my car back from me. Like he found me while I was DoorDash, tracked my car, took my car back. I had to walk from DC to Maryland. It took me 3 hours because I didn't know where I was in the dark with bags all over me. Like I had to find my way. It was that.
Stay the fuck right there.
Darian, I'm just trying to get away from you because you're being aggressive.
This is him, y'all.
You're being aggressive.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
What is this? What is this? Okay. Hold on. I guess that was her dude. Hold on. Let's rewind that. I think I'm gonna take the filter off so y'all can see.
Being aggressive.
Bear with me.
That's.
Hold on, guys. I'm gonna take off the filter just because I love you. Hold on, because I want y'all to see. Hold on, give me 1 second. The theme takes a long time to come in. Hold on. I want to take it off. Oh, it's not. Okay, wait. Hold on. Okay, we waiting a second, y'all. Let's see. I want y'all to see that. Did y'all see him? I guess they had some funny thing on it, but okay. Let me see if I can play it again, okay? Because this thing is taking a long time to come off. Video almost cut off right now. Let me see if I can change it around.
So I met him.
It's messing up, y'all. Hold on. Apologize. I don't have all the equipment that everybody else has. And so I'm trying to accommodate you all. So it might not work. If it don't work, I'm just going to play the video. But now you see my video is green. I'm sorry. Boy, this is ridiculous. I might have messed up the video. Hold on. I need to take it off. Let me just take it off. Let me see what I can do. I apologize. Donate to the channel. God bless you all. You see what I'm saying? So here we go. Let me flip it over. All right. So hold on. I got it now for y'all. I did this for y'all. Hold on. This is dude.
In this situation.
Find my way. It was that.
Stay the fuck right there.
Darian, I'm just trying to get away from you because you're being aggressive.
You stay right there.
Darian, you're being aggressive.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Okay, so I guess I'll start from the beginning. So I met him in 2017. Well, we started talking in 2017. I was 25 at the time. A little bit of backstory that'll help you later. At 25, I had already had 2 kids. I was married. I got married at 19. Me and my now ex-husband separated
so she was married.
When I was 22, but we didn't get officially divorced until 2019. So
you and I were both lied to since childhood.
We got to get past the commercial. I apologize. They come in when they want to. It's beyond my power. It'll be out 1 second. Here we go.
We got married in 2011. We separated in 2014, but we didn't get officially divorced until 2019 because I had to serve him by publication because I couldn't find him. He disappeared. But that's a whole nother story, but just keep that in mind for later. So I had 2 kids already. Met him. He slid into my DMs on Instagram. We talked on Instagram for a while. He asked for my number. I was not giving him my number at first. I did not give him my number at first. We talked for like a good 2 months before I finally gave him my number. And when I gave him my number, we talked on the phone for a good month before we actually seen each other face to face. Because he was in a different state because we were both in college. He was in a different state. I was in the state where we went to college at. He came back in June of 2017. That was the first time we saw face to face after talking or whatever not. And because he had to go to football camp because he played football for the college that we attended.
Wow.
Or whatever not.
Promise futures.
My first impression of him was, okay, he wasn't the best looking thing. He was kind of ugly because he was fat and it was just. But I was like, okay, I don't look at people's appearance. I'm like, we've been talking, we've been vibing, we cool, all right. Yeah, that. So we met. That was that. And we kicked it off from there. So in August of that same year, I was going through some financial problems and I ended up getting evicted from my place, my apartment or whatever not. So he helped me move my stuff. And on the day that I was getting evicted, but I had to go to Williamsburg for my annual training because I was in the Navy Reserve. So I had to catch a flight to Williamsburg. So I left him in charge of finding, getting my stuff in the storage unit that I had purchased. Like, here, gave him a U-Haul, get my stuff in the storage unit. I got to go to the airport, catch a flight. When I got back, I still didn't have a place to stay. I was looking for a place to stay while I was in Williamsburg, but it fell on deaf ears. But so I ended up bouncing from one of my friend's house to his dorm room. So some nights I stayed at my friend's house. The other nights I stayed in his dorm room with him. Me and the kids would stay in the dorm room with him. That lasted for about 2 months. This was in August of 2017. In October of 2017 is when I finally got me a place to stay after being displaced for 2.5 months. I finally found me a place to stay.
And that was quick, y'all.
Like I stated earlier, he's
2.5 months.
Put my stuff in the storage unit or whatever not. So we go to the storage unit to try to get my stuff out. I'm looking at the slip and the storage unit number. We go to that number, none of my stuff is in there. I was like, what the fuck is my stuff? He was like, I put it in here. I was like, okay, where's my stuff? And no, before you say anything, I did not go check on my stuff prior to, because I had all my essentials with me, because like I said, I was leaving for annual training in Williamsburg for 2 weeks, so I had to pack this stuff anyway. So I already had that stuff. But back to that, it took us 2 hours to figure out which unit he had put my stuff in, because he put my stuff in the wrong unit. And the only way we were able to figure that out is we went to the front desk and we told the front desk what was going on. And they was just like, well, we have one storage unit that got a lock on it, but we didn't rent it to nobody. Like, we opened it one time to figure out whose stuff it was, because we took the lock off of it to figure out whose stuff it was. But we couldn't figure out whose stuff it was. So we just left it there, just locked it back and left it there. So she took us to the storage unit, and lo and behold, that was my stuff. A couple of things was missing, like my VR, but we won't get into that because I know they took it. But okay, back to the story. His first signs of aggression was that day, because we had spent 2 hours trying to find the storage unit, me and him going back and forth about where he put it, and him saying like he know where he put it. I'm just like, well, show me, because I wasn't here, and like we just going back and forth, just So when we finally found it, of course, he got an attitude. I got an attitude, because I'm just like, this is my stuff. I had to find this stuff. And now it's 9 o'clock at night. Now we got to go put all this stuff in the house. Like, come on. All I wanted to do was hurry up and get this stuff moved in so I can just go to sleep and worry about this later. Anyway, so we arguing back and forth. So he get in my face. So I get back in his face, because like I said in the beginning, I was not backing down, because I wasn't going for that. Like, no. I'm like, I beat you. I don't care that you fat. I beat you up. So he get in my face, and I get back in his face, and he smirk at me. And I said, and he walked out. So I'm getting the bags. I'm throwing it in I'm like throwing it in the U-Haul, because I'm pissed at this point. I'm like, glass was just breaking, and his friend was there helping us, and he was just like,
this settlement check completely.
Okay, let's get through the commercial, but you see how I'm letting it play, because I wanna hear the story too. You know what I'm trying to say? But we already know kind of moral of the story. Can't say that, she didn't know, and I don't know if there's any signs, like I don't know, like, because she's making it, not making it sound. Oh, sorry, y'all, I'm supposed to be blocking this out. She ain't making it sound good. She's just telling it how it transpired. So I don't know. Life happens sometimes. Here we go.
Bad, throwing it in the U-Haul. So we get all the stuff in the U-Haul. I get in the U-Haul, and I'm just driving. I'm whipping that thing, because I'm mad. You know how you drive when you're mad. So I'm whipping, and I can hear my stuff back there just breaking. I was stupid on that end. So we get to the house. I pull up in the driveway. I back into the driveway. And they started unloading the stuff. And as they're unloading the stuff, I still had my little attitude. Like, I still had my laps, because I'm pissed. I'm like, because for one, don't get in my face. Why are you in my face? So because I still had my attitude, he was telling me I need to lose my attitude. And I'm just like, nope, I ain't losing nothing. So he come up behind me and like push me against the wall, and we like staring face to face. And I see his friend standing in the doorway. Look, turn around and go back outside. I'm like, and I look, I'm like, you better not hit me. He didn't. He backed up, and then he was just like, you know what? I'm gonna go. I said, okay, go. like, go. You can go. Him and his friend, they go. That was that. Later on, that the next day or whatever, now when everything calmed down, we talked about it and like we moved past it. Like moved past it. And maybe like a few months, a month or so later, he introduced me. No, that wasn't a month or so later. That was like because it was homecoming. I think homecoming was in October, but yeah, in October of 2017, I met his dad for the first time. No other female has ever met his dad, and that was one thing that we always talked about. He was just like, no female has ever met my dad, but I'm gonna introduce you to my dad. Like you're gonna be the one, because I always told my dad that I'm only gonna introduce him to the person that I'm gonna marry. And I'm like,
oh, I thought they was married.
Because like I said, I was already 2 kids in, and I told him, I was like, I'm not, in the beginning, I said, I'm not having another child unless I'm married.
Oh,
I'm
so
like,
there's not even a union yet.
Because I did not see my life.
This is
like
ridiculous.
I have to be married to have another child. So he introduced me to his dad. When he introduced me to his dad, like after the homecoming game, me and him both walked up to his dad and his brother. And he started talking to his dad, and his dad did not acknowledge me. He didn't look at me, nothing. I was just standing there. And he was just standing there. And then he finally turned to me. He's like, Dad, I want to introduce you to my girlfriend. And his dad like, oh, girlfriend. And I was like, hey. And that was that. We all went to dinner. Boom. And that was that. No. So maybe about a couple of weeks later, we are in my car. And he had just picked me up from work. Mind you, I had a job, he didn't. I had a car, he didn't. I had a license, he didn't. So he drove my car.
This sounds familiar for some of the ladies.
Say anything, I know. But I was young, so shut up. He dropped me off at work, and when he picked me up from work, I got a random message from a female. She was just like, hey, I found your page because I noticed that such and such was liking all your photos. This was back on it when on Instagram you could see when you like somebody's, when another person liked your photos or whatever. Not. She was just like, yeah, I see him liking your stuff, and then I saw that y'all got a bunch of pictures together on your page. So I turned to him and I showed him the phone. Was like, who is this? All right. So like I said, I showed him my phone and I asked him, I was like, and who is this? And he just looked at it like, I don't know who that is. And I started to read what she had said, because she was telling me that him and her had been messing around for a couple of months. She feels so stupid. She's been picking him up from my house, da-da-da-da. And I'm reading all this to him, and he was just like, she's just mad that I told her I don't want to be with her. I'm like, what you talking about? He was like, well, that's a girl that work at Chipotle. She be giving me my food, and it's like I be flirting with her, and she wanted to be with me, but I told her I didn't want to be.
Why would you be flirting if you got HIV? See the decrepity there? Ugh. Like what, sir? Oh, let's continue. If I'm thinking this is during their relationship and not the beginning. Like what? Like what? Ugh.
With her, so she sent you that because I didn't want to be with her. I was like, well, in her message, she said she found me because she saw that she was liking all my pictures. This was back when on IG you can like see in the following like all the pictures that your followers was liking. And I guess she was going to see which pictures he was like. He was always liking my pictures. And then when she went to my page, she saw pictures of me and him. Because like when I'm in a relationship with somebody, I'm gonna post you. People gonna know that I am there. Like,
let's try to fast forward a little bit.
If you've written a book and want to publish it to over 3 billion.
A commercial. So I'm going to try to fast forward it for you guys a little bit. Because yeah, these videos are quite lengthy, so I could give my commentary, but it just gets real drawn out. Okay, so hold on. Hold on, guys. I want to hurry up and get to the point here. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, time is winding. We're going to hear an hour. Amen. Praise God. Grace, 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 grace. But these are just real stories that you guys need to hear. So, regardless of whatever, some of you all need to hear this so you know what to do, because it is not cool out there in the day and age that we're living in. Neither was it back then when I was living in, but I'm just saying, though, we got to do better. Okay. So, here we go.
So I was posting him, and she saw that he was liking the pictures that I was posting, whatever. And he swore up and down that was just a girl from Chipotle or whatever. That he flirted with her to get some free food. Like, no, they weren't having sex. No, she didn't come to the house. Da, da, da. So remember, like I told you, I had just moved into my house. So it's like, but he was not living with me. He was still living in the dorms. So. So he was on the way to the daycare to pick up my son, arguing about this. So he pulled into the parking lot of a liquor store, which was like a block over from where the daycare was. He pulled over and he's like, look, I can prove to you that I'm not talking to her, that I don't know her. I don't talk to her like that. And he...
Let me see if I can fast forward this a little bit.
Posted or whatever. And he was just like, man, ain't nothing like that. He quickly tried to turn his phone. I said, no, let me see the phone. Let me see the phone. If it ain't nothing like that, let me see the phone. He's like, no, you don't stop none of that. I'm fucking with this female. Face, get out my face. Get up back. Because I'm like, don't you fucking put your hands on me. No, you're not about to put your hands on me. I'm like, don't you fucking put your hands on me. And then I hit him back. And then he grabbed me and we tussling in the front seat. We tussling. And then we finally let me go. I'm like, take me to get my fucking child. I'm like, sick of this shit. Like, I'm done. I'm not doing this. Like, nah, this is it. I don't do no shit like this. That's
for the language.
I'm sorry if I'm cussing too much, but I was passionate back then. I felt like I need to put that passion in, I guess. Sorry. Side note. Sorry, I ramble too. So, but he started to drive, and as he's driving, I'm steady talking, and then he want to go swinging again while he's driving. So I'm like, I'm ducking and dodging, and I'm just like, you gotta stop, whatever. And then
it's not funny, y'all.
I realized that we were literally rolling down the road. He was not paying attention. I was not paying attention. I'm glad nothing happened. But when I realized that, I was like, we need to stop and take me to my child. So he took me to the daycare, parked the car. And when he parked the car, it just made me so mad that we were just like literally fighting in the road like that. That as soon as he parked the car, I bit the side of his neck right here. He was like, ah! And then he tensed up, and I got off of him, and I went in the daycare and got my son. I came out, and when I came out, I put my son in the car. I got in the car, and I was like, we're not doing this in front of him. And then we ended up going to the house. When we went to the house, I put my son in the...
Okay, now let me mind you, is she biting him knowing that he has HIV? Like, this is wild to me. Like, but I don't know. See how the passion of love have you caught up? Now, is he inflicted with this? Why you doing this? I'm thinking that he is, because that's why they arguing all this transpired, right? We an hour into this. We finna wind it down, okay?
This room, me and him stepped outside and we talked about I was just like, this is not healthy. I don't like this. I don't like this fight. And I don't like the fact that you got that mad. Like, what is this? And he was just like, I don't know what happened. Like, da-da-da. So we decided to just, separate for the night. Just go. Because I'm still mad about the female. And I'm just trying to process that. And I'm just like, go. We didn't talk for two days. 2 days. And then we finally talked. We talked it out.
Let me see.
He didn't get out-of-state tuition for playing football anymore. So they had to, he didn't get out-of-state tuition. The football program was not paying for his out-of-state tuition anymore, so he had to pay out of pocket for it.
Well, you can't play football anyway with HIV.
How you had your second son is embarrassing to say. You, why are you with me? He was like, no, because I love you. I want to be with you. But it's how other people view the situation. And I'm just like, I've heard this before, because I have. Because my middle child's dad said the same thing when we were breaking up. He said, ain't nobody gonna want to be with you because you have already been married before and you got 2 kids by 2 different dads. Nobody's gonna want to be with you. So when he said that, but the way that he said it as if he was trying to help me, like put me up on game. So I'm just like, okay, I guess I can accept it coming that way versus how my baby daddy said it, when you just like, ain't nobody gonna want to be with your ass. You got 2 kids by 2 different niggas. Ain't nobody gonna want you. Bad body. Like, that nigga went off on me. But, yeah. Okay, so I noticed that I missed some important details that's gonna be useful later. In the first part, remember when I said I met him face to face in June of 2017. So he has another child, an older son. At the time, he was 1. He went to pick him up from his baby mama in July, and he stayed with me and him. Well, he stayed at my place because that was before I got evicted out of my apartment, that apartment. He stayed there for a week with me and him, and then he took him back to his mom and was never able to get him again until 2020. Keep that in mind because that's going to come back later. Also, after the whole Chipotle girl, of course, I was a little bit insecure. So before I went to meet his other side of the family for Christmas, there was an incident to where my kids were gone for the weekend, so I had a kid-free weekend. So I'm calling him, wondering what he's doing. He said he was helping his friend move. I'm like, okay, well, hit me when you done. Never heard from him. So around like 9 o'clock, I'm blowing up his phone because it's nighttime. Like, all right, where you at? I ain't heard from you. Y'all still moving? What? Y'all been moving for 5 hours? But right now, like, it's 9 o'clock. I know you ain't still moving. So I'm calling. He not answering the phone. This was after the whole Chipotle girl incident. So I'm a little insecure because I'm just like, what you doing? Because I'm trying to catch you. So I hop in my car. I go on campus. I go to his dorm. I knock on his door. His roommate opened the door. So how their dorm is set up is kind of like a mini apartment, like a little townhome. Like you walk in, it's the kitchen to your right, go straight ahead, it's the living room, then you go upstairs, it's the rooms. So his roommate opened the door, and I was just like, such here. He was just like, nah, he ain't here. I was just like, I don't believe you. And I walked past his ass, and I went up the stairs. I go up the damn stairs. So as I'm going up the stairs, I'm just like, you know what? Calm yourself. Because, of course, this nigga ain't been answering the phone. He has not been answering the phone. I don't know what he had. Like I said, he ain't got no car. Don't have a car. So I go up the stairs, and his room is like right off to the side by the bathroom. I go up to the door, and I try to be as quiet as I can. I put my ear to the door. When I put my ear to the door, I hear a little bit of moaning in the bed squeaking. And I'm
man.
Oh, fuck no. So I start banging over the door. I was like, let me the fuck in. I know you in there. I can hear you. And then I'm just banging. And I stopped banging. I heard the bed stop making, the squeaking noise. And I heard somebody say, shh. I said, I can hear you fucking in there. Open the goddamn door. Like, I'm banging on the door. I said, if you don't open this door, I'm going to break this shit down. Who the fuck in there? I can hear y'all. And I'm just banging. Nothing was said on the other end. So my hot-headed ass, I was hot-headed then. I really was. My hot-headed ass then kicked in the fucking door. Like, he wouldn't open the goddamn door. I know I heard somebody in there. I heard the moans. I heard the bed. I heard the shh. And I'm yelling his name. So I kick in the goddamn door. And when I kick in the door,
with base 24.
Oh, man. They try to get us. Hold on, y'all. We've been waiting all this time for just this. Okay, hold on. Let's get through this commercial. Only 2 seconds. All right, here we go. Uh-oh. Here we go.
Get on my goddamn nerves.
Okay, somebody say, here go another comment. Somebody say, imagine making excuses. No one said it was easy, but let's be honest. She should have left before the HIV if he was abusing her.
Yeah.
Leave after the first sign, and it won't break you down mentally.
And I agree. Hold on. Let me just say this, because hold on.
Hold on, guys. lot.
Let me just say this, because it's a lot going on. You got kids, you got an HIV scare, and you're still dealing with this dude, and he's still messing with other women, and it's like, this is a big sign to fly away, but she stood. We're gonna try to get through this video, y'all. We're gonna try to get through it.
A lot of y'all, and I'm surprised. A lot of women, surprised, but you should have did this. You should have did that. I would have did this. I would have did that. You know what? What should have goddamn happened? Your dad sperm should have landed on the goddamn wall instead of meeting your mom's egg.
Oh, good.
Or better yet, when you're racing to the goddamn egg to be the one that won, you should have got tripped up by the other goddamn sperm. That's what should have goddamn happened. God. So, y'all raised my blood pressure, and I don't even have blood pressure issues. Woosah. I ain't got my lo-fi on. That's what's wrong.
Girl, tell us the story.
I'm gonna give you a challenge to the people like this that's going back and forth on that 6-second video that's trying to tell me what the fuck I should have got.
Hold on, y'all.
6-second video. Your followers hear your every time.
Let's give her grace, but let's fast forward.
In my whole.
I know, right? Spiritually free. I'm trying to get through it for y'all.
Okay. So I kick in the door. I instantly cut on the light because you know the light switch right there by the door. So I kick in the door and like, put the light on. Look at the bed. It's a female laying in the bed trying to cover herself up. And then I just so happen to look to my right. It's his friend Quentin. Just sitting there looking at me like he just staring at me. And I'm like, what did? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, what did? Because he ain't been answering his phone. I've been blowing his phone up. He said he was moving with Charles, like he was helping Charles move. I ain't heard from him since then. So where's D? Oh no. I said, clearly you know when he gonna be back because you using his room. Where's D? Oh no. I'm like, And I just walked out and I sat on the curb outside of his dorm room. I sat there blowing his phone up, leaving him text messages and voicemails for like a good hour. I know.
Fast forward a little bit.
He gonna kiss me on my damn forehead. I pop up. I'm like, where the fuck you been? He was like, I'm like, nah, where you been? I've been blowing you up. I know you've been blowing me. I know I've been blowing you up. I was like, you know I've been blowing you up. And I know you talked to Quentin. And I know you talked to your damn roommate. So I know you know that I was at your dorm room. So where you was at? Where was you at? He was like, man, I felt sick. Like I was helping Charles move. I felt sick. So it's like I laid down and fell asleep. I'm like, that don't even make sense. It don't make sense. Because I'm like, eventually at some part of the night, your ass would have goddamn woke up, called me, text me or something. Because you seen how much I've been blowing the phone. You didn't do that. He was just like, man, I felt sick. Like the start of what happened the last time. So let me backtrack.
Ooh,
during the summer,
this is scary. I don't care.
During the summer when he first came
Without
back,
all their shenanigans, I'm just thinking about this, and I'm just like, what a scary, horrible way to live. Regardless, man-made medication. This is horrible, folks. This is horrible, man.
From Maryland, back for summer football camp. He stayed with me one night. And he had chills and body sweats.
Spiritually Free says, this is all a mess. Surely our Lord don't bless mess. Sorry to say. They should call on God in prayers instead of using the name in vain. His name in vain. Amen. And I agree, because God was not in this situation at all. Because she had been through a lot. He had been through a lot. The parents been through a lot. The children been through a lot. I mean, goodness. And they young. Look how young they. I don't think I've been able to do it. This is just terrible. This is like a death sentence. Regardless, she dodged so many bullets. Right, true. Spiritually Free says this girl done dodged so many bullets. So I'm gonna try to fast forward it to the end right now because we're running on time to see where this story ends. Let's continue. I'm gonna try to get through it, y'all.
Like he was cold, but he was sweating. And I asked him,
what I tell y'all the symptoms was
something. And I was just like, well, I hope you ain't trying to get me sick. He was like, no, I don't think it's contagious. But he's like, but I just need to hold you. Just let me hold you. I was like, okay,
He's a demon. He's a demon. He's a demon.
Whatever.
And if I'm sick with the flu, because CVIT running around here. Anytime we get the flu now, we just consider it that, and we get a test, but we just automatically quarantine ourselves, right? Man, if I'm sick, I'm gonna want to go hug on my mate or my children or my friends. The demon, who want to hug on somebody they sick? You gonna be like, like put me to bed, like I need, like you gonna be like, I need to go. Y'all know how y'all is when y'all sick. You want to quarantine yourself. You just want to go lay down. You want somebody to nurse you back to aid. If there ain't nobody there, you gotta nurse your own self. You pray and you're hoping to get better. You ain't hugging up on nobody. Ugh, this kind of make me mad. I ain't gonna lie.
Him hold me. He had body sweats and
chills.
See? Like 2 days. I dealt with that. Like he was sweating through his shirt. My sheets were sweaty. The back of my shirt was sweaty because he was like holding me.
And let me tell you, that's contagiousness too. Let me tell y'all, this ain't got nothing to do with what they got going on. But one time, this was like 20 years ago, my friend had got sick, but he didn't tell me that he was sick. He came to my house, right? And he laid down on my couch in my blankets or whatever. And then the next day, I literally got sick, right? So I was like out for like 4 days. So once I got well, when I happened to see him again, he was like, oh yeah, yeah, I was sick. Like I came to your house sick. I just didn't tell you I was sick. So you see the nastiness? Like that stuff be catchy. Like somebody came to my house, but it was my friend. He just wanted to lay down. You let your friend, I'm not with nobody, so I let my friend lay down. Okay, he slept for like a whole night. Then he up and cut. I didn't know my blankets and my couch was contaminated with his sweatily bodily illness fluids. You feel me? So now Spiritually Free says my older sister would have the flu and come over. Spiritually Free said my older sister would have the flu and come over to our parents' house and give them both the flu intentionally. Pure evil intentions. And you know what? That is what that is. Because look, my mom be telling people, because she elderly. She know that she cannot come back from an illness, right? So she be like, don't come to my house if you sick. But that's real for everybody, right? Don't come to my house if you sick. Like, who does that? Spiritually Free also says people will cough on you. Girl, you sound like my mama right now. My mom has a pet peeve about that. Because you know how people will be sitting by you. And my mom has sickle cell anemia disease. So my mom is very like clean and she's always, got the handkerchief. Old people, elderly people, they be having a handkerchief. So she be ready for when people cough. And she's very like respectful. She don't cuss, she doesn't do anything, right? So my whole thing is like, say somebody would cough by her. She was like, oh, like she'll throw up, can you cover your mouth? Like, my mom is big on that. Amen. Let's continue. Yeah, my mama big on that.
Yeah. The body sweats and chills. Remember that?
Ugh.
So I was just like, wait, you coming down with the same flu? Oh, forgot to tell you. He did go to their the doctor on campus, the health clinic on campus to get checked for the flu, whatever. He didn't have the flu. He didn't know what he had, and that was that.
Because it wasn't that. It's the HIV.
I just had an aha moment.
Come on, girl, get with it.
Some. Get to sleep because he was feeling sick. Yes, he said bring it around full circle at the end. What clip I'ma bring around. But to get back to the story, yes, he said that he was with Charles. He fell asleep because he was feeling sick. He was tired. He woke up the next morning and Charles brought him to the house. Whatever. So I'm mad. I'm pissed because I'm just like, I went all night. I had a kid-free night and I spent it blowing. That I get a little crazy when it comes to that because I'm a lawyer. But anyway,
girl,
so after that incident, this mofo gonna ask me, can he get my car? Because like I said, he had no car. Well, he's like, well, can I get your car and run up to the school? I'll be right back. I'm like, he said, I'm gonna be right back. I'm like, I know what
Yo, this is exactly why you don't
Y'all, we might have to be ending this story soon. Let me just try to fast forward to the end. Let me go past, because I want to get to the moral of the story. But we already kind of know what the moral of the story is. Like, she got caught up. She's stuck in her ignorance and her stupidity because of love, supposedly. Come to find out they're not even married. She got 2 kids by him. The kids didn't, or I don't know if the kids got it or not. I don't know. The story too long. So let me try to see what I can do to salvage the story. Okay, let's continue. Oh boy, come on, girl.
For maybe like just.
Let me see. I gotta fast forward through some of this, y'all.
Quentin and Charles. They rushed over to the house or whatever not. They came there. They helped me find my inhaler, whatever. Everything. I took my inhaler. Everything calmed down. And when everything calmed down, I looked around and I was just like, dang, it's dirty in here. The whole time he was on the phone when I was there. Like, he was on the phone throughout the whole thing. So everything calmed down. I'm looking around. I was like, man, it's dirty in here. And I'm like, I told him, I apologize for how it looks in here. I'm like, I'm not. I didn't know this was going to happen. Usually when people come over, the house is clean, so I apologize for it being dirty. This nigga on the phone, what the fuck you apologizing for? I'm just like, the house is dirty, and I feel bad because your friends are here, and the house is dirty. Again, me and him still kind of new, so I didn't really know the friends like that. But when he called them niggas came. They came. So I was just grateful that they came.
What happened?
So they ended up leaving because he was on the phone just cussing me out, and he ended up hanging up. And then they looked at me. I looked at them. I'm like, thank you. And then they left. I called him back. He was like, how the fuck you up on the phone?
Hold on, guys. I
said,
apologize.
nothing, driving to get something to eat. And she was just like, oh, you a who? I said, me and my friend that I'm talking to, the guy that I'm dating right now. She was like, and you driving? I was like, yeah, I'm driving my car. She was like, he don't have a car? I was like, no, Mom, he's in college.
Oh, this is her talking about him.
What you doing with a man that ain't got no car? You got 2 kids. And you with a man that ain't got no car? And I was like, Mom, you on speakerphone. I'm like, I got you on Bluetooth. He's like, oh. I said, he in the car. He said, oh, I'm so sorry. I mean, just call me later. I was like, okay, I'll call you later. And I hung up the phone, and I, looked at him, and he looked at me, and he was just like, so how your mama gonna just start judging me and don't even know me? I was like,
let me skip.
So he moved off campus, moved in with me. And the arrangement was that when he get his full check, he would help with the bills around the house. So at this time, he was only using my car on certain days. Took a break from school. That baby is mine. That baby is not mine. Like, yes, I had sex with her. This was before you. Yes, I had sex with her, but that baby ain't mine. And she's trying to pin that baby on me. And I was like, have you taken a DNA test for this baby? He's like, no, I ain't taking no DNA test for that baby because that baby ain't mine. And I was like, and I know she's going to try to reach out to you because she's blowing up my phone. And as soon as he said that, his mom gave him a call. Apparently, the girl found his mom and sent his mom pictures of the baby saying that it was his.
When is the baby sick?
Talked to the girl, whatever. They was on the phone having a look on my baby. How dare she sleep? So, and his dad was just like, just let him graduate college first before y'all pin the baby on. Just let him graduate college.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, if it's your baby, and then you wait so long and she take out child support and you have to do a DNA test,
well, I'm going to fast forward it to the end, okay?
Like, when you want to be a part of your child's life, I'm like, it's a little girl. When you want to be a part of her life, he was like, I don't want no girls. Whoever said I want a girl? I never. I'm like, put your big girl panties on and just ask him. So I was just like, hey, you have a Tinder? You like, no, I ain't got no Tinder. What you talking about? I was like, well, I see that's a Tinder notification. He was like, no, that's old. He's like, that's old. My bad. I just forgot to take the app off my phone. And then he deleted the app right then and there. And I was like, nah, because if it was old and you weren't on it, you would have opened the app and showed me them messages. Yep. The next day, I'm at work and I pulled up the Tinder and just started strolling because I wanted to find his profile, screenshot it, and like show it to him. Because I was gonna look at the pictures and see how old,
my whole thing is I'm gonna end it here
the phone
because I feel like the video is too long and it's ongoing with the shenanigans. But long story short is the moral of the story: know who you're dating, and I don't know what else to say. God is always supposed to be in our hearts, no matter what. We're not supposed to be out there fornicating and being an adulterer, but we do, and I understand. So my whole thing is take the safety measures to protect yourself and know the signs, and don't feel like you're stuck. Oh, because of fake love. Like there's no such thing as love when it's fake. Like you see all this that she went through. Now Gen Z, I don't know if she Gen Z. I want to say that she is because she still look like she's in her 20s, right? But they are very tough. Gen Z is very resilient. That could have not been me. It'd have been charges pressed. It would have been me gone a long time ago. It would have just been a come to Jesus moment in the beginning because this is life changing. So, I don't know. You guys have to find the story yourself, but I don't know if she ever caught it or not because you see how long the video was and we still couldn't get to the end of it. Like, I don't ever know what happened to dude. I don't know if the kids got it or not, but you guys know the moral of the story. And Spiritually Free says jumping through hoops, right? Like a lot of hoops, scary hoops. Like that couldn't have been me. I think I would have went to the police. Like, because she wasn't even trying to find out what dude was into. Like, you trying to, like, I don't know. He was still messing with women, Tinder apps. Like, I don't know. It just couldn't have been me. Like, I have a whole life, sir. Like, you guys, for you men, you have a whole life. Men, woman, you know? So it's the same thing. Before we close it out. And I'll be back today. I got some numbers, y'all. I'm trying to get some rest. I was out today, so I came back in. I'm trying to get some rest. But last comment, Spiritually Free says some people love drama in their life. And you know what? We're going to sum it up with that. Some people love drama in their life, even when it can potentially take you out. Is it worth it? No, this wasn't worth it. So, PSA, get tested. Be careful who you get with. If you get with somebody, let's go get tested together. You know, first, right? What's wrong with that? Wouldn't you feel better? I know I would. So God bless you. Make sure you guys hit a thumbs up. Thank you, Spiritually Free, for always chiming in. And I love you guys. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe for more comments, for more videos like this at MARONA Prophecy 597. And I'll be back. God bless you all. Thank you for tuning in. Okay? God bless you guys. Shalom. Thank you, Spiritually Free. It's always a pleasure.